All right. So what do you think, Mr. Chirabotto? Should we be waiting another 2 or 3 minutes? Because Mr. Deb, oh, you are muted.
Yes, thank you. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to all present here. First of all, it's a great day for us to start the journey in a big way. And we would like to take some more time because we already had what I heard that we were having around 150 plus registrations. So obviously, we can give some more time to the person who have already registered. I have to excuse myself for a couple of things. Like I'm not in front of my laptop today because my laptop started giving some problem today evening. So I'm facing some problem there. So you have to excuse myself. And I can see many people joining in. Thanks a lot for all joining in. And the program that the flow that we are having for today is we'd request Sukriya to start with the general introductions and the general information from the PMOGI side, and then we'll get into the mode of introducing the board of PMOGI India chapter, and then we have some time to listen to our esteemed industry leaders in India and how they are seeing the industry ecosystem gearing up for the PMO professionals. That is what our plan is, and with all your best wishes, with all your yeah, I think we can get started. So, Nuvara, ma'am, thanks a lot for giving us this opportunity to start our journey. Is Mr. Abdullah is also joining there in the call?
No, so he will not be able to.
Okay, not a problem. So I just wanted to thank him as well.
Absolutely.
So Kriya, it's over to you now. We can get started, get the journey started, and as we go along, we'll introduce the board. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mr. Chirabotto. And yeah, we have I think now we have lots of participants here. So I would request you guys, if you can, just turn on your camera for a starting click, just the very beginning of our PMOGI India chapter. So it will be wonderful. Just for I think just 1 second or something. Just turn on your camera and you can just turn it off followed by that. No worries. Yes, Nishant, Aliyah, and Farida. I can see Shahjahan, Ronald, Farida again here, Abir. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. It's wonderful to have you all. We are actually still having lots of participants, so no worries. So it will be going on and off. Let's just take, okay, so Suhina, can you please turn on your camera? So we are just having the initial click. One of the very first members and now board of director, Ms. Suhina.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, Sukriya, I would have loved to. I'm traveling right now and it will not have a lot of bandwidth.
No problem, no
just
problem.
making use of what network I have.
Thank you so much for still making it, everyone, because I know a few of our board members are not keeping well. They're joining from the hospital. We have member and our supporter from Malaysia, Mr. Nehru. He is also joining. Is not keeping well and is still joining us. Okay, so I'll request all of you to just turn off your volume right now. And yes, so as Mr. Chirabotto has given me this opportunity to start with. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. And we are really just looking forward to a very wonderful beginning of this PMOGI India chapter. And first of all, I would definitely like to thank you all for joining in. And at first, starting with our, advisory board, our PMOGI chapters advisory board. So I would just request our advisory board members that we have with us. We have Mr. Prasad Dealways. We have Maurice Diop, and we have, of course, Manuel, right? So it's very morning at his place. So I hope your coffee is with you, Mr. Manuel. So I would just request you three to, okay, so I'll just request you three to make the initial welcome note for our, PMOGI India chapter founding members and the board of directors, of course. So over to you, I think, starting with Mr. Manuel. Yes, over to you.
Hello, good morning. Well, good morning and good evening. I'm Manuel, and I'm part of the chapter advisory board. And let me tell you that it's a great pleasure to welcome you all for this inaugural event of PMOGI India Chapter. I will say that today marks a significant milestone in our journey, and I am thrilled to welcome to our new board members who will be leading this chapter forward. So your dedication and expertise are invaluable to our mission, and I am confident that as a team, you will be achieve great success. So let us work on collaboration to advance your goals and make a positive impact in our field. So thank you all for being here and for your commitment. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Manuel. And thank you so much for, motivating our chapter leaders and chapter founding members for a great start. And thank you so much once more. And now I would like to ask Mr. Prasad to, just give some motivating words, say some motivating words to the, chapter members. And over to you, Mr. Prasad. And thank you so much for making it. I know we actually, just to let you all know that Mr. Prasad as well, he is not having a good time in terms of his, personal things and all, because his mom is sick. Still, he is making it. And this is the kind of, commitment we have to give back to the PMO community of the world. So over to you, Mr. Prasad. Thank you so much once more.
Thanks, Sukriya. I appreciate it. And thanks, Sukriya and Noir, for giving me the opportunity to speak to the Indian chapter as well. And good evening to everyone. I would like to welcome all of you to the PMOGI family. So this is all of you are embarking on a really good, really great journey from today onwards. And of course, India is a perfect destination for PMOGI as a chapter. I'm pretty sure it's going to grow into be one of the best chapters within the PMOGI family. Of course, when it comes to PMOs, I know India is leading the world when it comes to the PMOs as well, when it comes to processes and implementing most of the, it's a pioneer within the PMO community. So I think most of those experiences that you all will be bringing into the community, as well as sharing those experiences, your journeys within the community will be one of the great things that we can have within this community. And also engaging with others and collaborating with all other chapters and sharing your experiences, as I mentioned earlier as well, and learning from others will be something that will be there for you all as well. And of course, as Manuel mentioned as well, we all will be here to support you, and also anything that you need from us as the advisory board members will be supporting you throughout the journey. Anything that you need to grow your chapters, any advices, what you need to do, and also how you can actually increase the number of members, anything that you need, please reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to help you as well. And congratulations to the board members who got elected as well. And you have a great responsibility to drive this chapter, and I'm pretty sure you'll be doing a great job at it as well. So again, congratulations on starting this journey, and I'm pretty sure this will be a great journey ahead, and all the best for you. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prasad. Now, on a different note, before going to Maurice, so I would just request all of you once more to turn on your camera, because in the previous picture, I've just checked, both the ladies of PMOGI, Ms. Navara and me, we are looking absolutely, very, very devastating. So for both of us, if you can just take, just do it once more, please. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes.
Actually, I'm not able to change the background. I'm in my nephew's room, so sorry for the background.
No worries. It's absolutely perfect. And thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dalia, for joining in. And yes, now it's over to you, Maurice, our another respected advisory board member from our PMOGI chapter. And yes, over to you, Maurice. And thank you so much for making it.
Okay, thank you, Sukriya. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, depending on your time zone. I am Maurice Job, a member of the Chapter Advisory Board based in Dakar, in Senegal, in Africa. It's a great pleasure to be with you today, and I would like to congratulate you for making this happen, achieving this huge milestone. And yes, you can ensure that you can count on us as advisory board for everything you would need in terms of advisory to grow your community. There's a couple of months we launched PMI Cameroon chapter with PMOGI, let's say, Cameroon chapter. And we see today we are making the launch of a PMOGI India chapter, which means that the PMOGI is growing in a good race. So congratulations again, and welcome on this huge community. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Maurice. So yes, we have the very precious words from our advisory board members, and thank you so much for wonderful words and the motivation that you have just given to our chapter leaders and the founding members. Now, our very own Miss Navarra. So she will actually just, she is the CEO of our group of companies, of course, and PMOGI. She is the CEO of PMOGI as well, like PMO Global Institute as well. And I will just give the floor to her for, giving this wonderful speech that she always gives. And this will be just about PMO Global Institute and our initiatives. And it's all about us. Just feel free to stop her at any point if you want to ask anything. And yes, over to you, Ms. Navarra.
Thank you so much, Shukriya. Wow, what an amazing presence of all our esteemed members and partners. I'm thrilled to be in this session and can't express in words how excited I am to see the inauguration of the India chapter. So I would like to, let's put our hands together to congratulate all the members of, India, PMOGI India chapter. You have worked really hard to, make this happen. And now all of us are here today to officially declare the inauguration of the chapter. So I would like to take you through a very small presentation to give you the background of what we stand for, where we are today as PMOGI, and where we are heading towards. Okay, so let me just share my presentation. Can everyone see my screen? Not yet? Okay, let me check. Okay, so we all know who PMOGI is. So PMOGI is the global certification and community, body for PMO professionals. So before we jump into the, main presentation about PMOGI, I would like to ask you one question. What percentage of companies have PMOs to support project management activities? Any idea? I would request all of you to write your assumption, in the chat box. Everyone, I would request all of you to just put a number in the chat box, whatever you feel like, what percentage of companies you think that PMOs, companies have PMO to support project management activities. Shukriya, we are having numbers, right?
Absolutely. We are having a diversified number here. So.
Okay, so yes, 33%, 50%, 10%. Okay. We are talking about the global context, irrespective of the level of contribution. Okay, I think Shumon Ghosh, you are very close. Yeah. Okay, so the actual number that we have. So this is basically more than 89% as of 2024 February. So right now, all the organizations, we can see a different kind of focus towards projectized structure, because they have now been able to understand the value that the PMO will be able to create for the overall organization. Now, the next question: how many people will be needed in the project management oriented positions by 2030? Any number? I would request you to put just your whatever number you think would be appropriate for this one. Any number? We are having numbers 2.5 million, close, 2 million. Okay. That's also very close. 88 million. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. 3.5 million, Shomitra. Okay. Yes. So, yeah. So it's basically 16.1 million. That's the number, that's the number as per one of the latest research. That's the exact number of positions, team of positions, which will be required in the project management world by 2030, right? So now, see how many people professionals will be needed across the industry worldwide. It's exactly 2 million plus. Okay. So the reason why, we are actually trying to give you these statistics is to, give you an understanding of, how critical the PMO profession is, for not only for project management, but even beyond project management, for the organizational growth as well as the growth of the overall economy, right? Now, any idea what is the average salary of PMO officers in Europe, UK, and USA for a year? Any numbers? Any numbers? What's the average salary of PMO officers per month? Okay, yeah, 100K USD. Okay, 150K annually. Okay, let me give you the number to start with. It's basically $53,000 plus salary. So the lowest that we can expect is per annum $53,000 US, right? So this is that kind of this kind of what you call role that PMO professionals play in the developed countries. Now, where do we stand? How did we get started? We, as PMO Global Institute, we actually conducted a research almost like 7 years back, and we came up with a couple of global challenges that intrigued this idea in us that we need to come up with a certification which would address the challenges, the global challenges that the PMO professionals are facing across different industries. So I'm not going to deep dive into challenges, but we all know that, to start with, what we really need is, a community which would support the PMO professionals across different industries, from different countries. And that is the reason, we all are here today to inaugurate the PMOGI India chapter, right? Now, we have also found out during our research that there was no such structured framework or certification which could cater to the need of PMO professionals in order for them to have a deeper understanding of the, PMO framework, of the, how they could set up a PMO in their organization, how they could do the maturity assessment, so on and so forth. And lastly, we have seen that, there was a need amongst the, organizations of having experienced PMO professionals, because mostly what we have seen is that PMOs, they got created with project managers, probably, not having very structured training in terms of PMO, because project management is something, PMO is something completely different. We all probably know by now, right? Now, At PMO Global Institute, we have 3,000 plus members globally in across 100 countries, and we have 100 plus partners in 60 plus countries. So these are the two badges, which is the authorized business partner and the authorized PMO instructor badge that we have, for our partners. So this is the guidebook, world's first guidebook that we came up with, almost like 5 years back, right? So this is the guidebook which happened to be the stepping stone of the film professionals to, to have a structured knowledge base, to create a structured knowledge base for them to grow in their PMO career. So anybody who is willing to download this PMO guidebook can become an elite member of PMO Global Institute and then can, download this guidebook. Now, what we have come up with, this is basically the world's first structured CB-PMO framework. We call it Certified Baseline PMO Consultant Framework, with which we have been able to support the PMO professionals, helping them to set up their PMO in their organization. And not only that, we have been able to give them a structured framework with which they have been able to get an access to the tools, templates, and artifacts in order for them to do the health check, maturity assessment of their existing PMO, and also to create a well-defined roadmap for their PMO to go to the next level, right? Now, this is the world's first agile PMO framework. Now, we all know that, in today's world, we have majority, almost like 70 to 80% of the projects and the PMOs are operating in hybrid environment. And that's why PMOGI has taken the initiative, and as the innovation leader in the PMO world, we happen to come up with the world's first agile PMO framework. This is something which we take pride in. So this is it encompasses the agile values, agile PMO mindset, and agile PMO principles, as well as all the necessary agile PMO tools and techniques that a PMO professional would require for him or her to, help his or her organization in the transition from a traditional PMO to agile PMO. And this is something, this is our latest innovation as well. We happen to be the world's first, certification body to come up with sustainable PMO framework. This is something which we have added to our PMO guidebook as well. And so this caters to the three critical elements of the sustainability, which is environment, environment, and society. And when it comes to the G, which is governance, right? So these are the three aspects. If anyone is interested, and again, log into our PMOGI membership portal, and you can, with the help of your membership, you can download this sustainable PMO framework, and you can, learn the details how this sustainable PMO framework can help the organization to create a PMO that will work towards, long-term sustainability. Yeah. And this is the Agile PMO Practice Guide. Again, this is the world's first Agile PMO Practice Guide that we have come up with. By the way, I would like to highlight the fact that PMOGI is the world's only certification body that has got a structured certification on Agile PMO, right? And we have had our first masterclass, train the trainer program back in April, whereby our esteemed partners joined the masterclass, and many of you already present in today's session, and we are really glad that we are being able to pioneer these developments to support the PMO professionals, across the world. So when it comes to the global certifications, currently we have 3 different certifications: CAPMO, CBPMO, and Agile PMO. So the certified associate in PMO CAPMO certification is primarily targeted to the elementary. It is an elementary level certification. This is for the professionals who have probably started their career in the project management field, or let's say they are working in any other domain, but they are managing different certifications in different scale. So this particular certification will enable the professionals to understand the PMO, how PMO works, the prerequisites of setting up a PMO, and also the basic structure of the PMO, and they will be able to speak in the same language that all the professionals working under the PMO, speak in, right? Then CDPMO is basically the heart of all our certifications. It's a certified baseline consultant PMO certification that we have, which is supported by the framework, which I have just taken you through. So this CDPMO certification is primarily for this is a very advanced level certification for senior level PMO professionals. And last but not the least, which is our recent inclusion to our certification, this is Agile PMO Agile PMO Consultant certification. Yeah. So like I have mentioned, we do have a membership, and currently we have more than 3,000 members globally who are getting benefited with the tools and templates and different community activities, events that we are conducting as part of PMOGI. With all your support, we have two different memberships. One is the associate member, which is entirely free of cost, and the other one is elite membership. So the elite membership gets you the access to all our the practice guide books that I have, the guidebook that I have shown you, along with many other maturity assessment model and many other tools and artifacts, right? So this is a new program which we are about to launch. In fact, we have already declared the launch of this university accreditation program, which we aim to launch with the universities in particular, because we as a certification body, our aim is to support the professionals, the fresh graduates, in fact, to take PMO as a career. Right. So in order for us to do that, we have come up with this university accreditation program, which is PMOGI UAP. You can also go through the details of this program from our website. So all this information is over there, right? So last but not the least, the community of practice. So what we aim to do is our only objective of creating the communities is to ensure that we support the local communities, we help them with the networking facilities, we support them with the required knowledge, the skill sets that they require for them to flourish as a PMO professional in their own organization and in their community. With this note, I would like to conclude my session. I would again like to congratulate all the members of India chapter, and any time whenever you need any kind of support, like our advisory board members have also stated the same thing. We are here to support you. We are here to extend all required support and guide you and contribute to the growth of your community. Thank you so much, and over to you, Shukriya.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ms. Novara. And it was really so amazing. I am amazed as always. So now it will be over to you, Mr. Chirabrato. And yes, just tell me when I need to share the presentation that you have prepared.
Thanks a lot, Shukriya. And first of all, Madam Nuara, you have done a wonderful job to clarify the entire reason why we are here today. And we are here to build a community. We are here to build a better, stronger relationship amongst the professionals, and as well as create professionals for the future. So an industry collaboration is very much needed, and that's what you are having with an industry to academia collaboration. And I think that's a great support that you are giving to us. So I won't take much time because obviously you have given us enough time for taking us through the entire journey. So I'd like to first introduce our board and what we would like to do first. First of all, this is a chapter which is for India. So it's a pan-India chapter. Obviously, we need to build up a city level presence as we grow. And if you see our structure of the board, we have given priority to specific cities so that we have our presence in different locations. So, Shukriya ma'am, I would request you if you can share our screen, share the presentation which I've shared. And just to give another point, it is not, today we are not just going to show our board, but we are also invited some industry leaders of India so that we can also get into a heart-to-heart discussions on what is PMO all about. Because I saw a message going around that what is the role of a PMO? Exactly, we'll take up that question, and we'll also take up all your queries. But before that, we want to keep this session a bit free-flowing. We are not making it much structured. We are just going to have a heart-to-heart chat with the team. So with this, as we have on the process of chapter inauguration, I would like to once again thank the entire advisory board members for going ahead and giving us the opportunity to start the chapter. So to start with, let me just tell you, this particular chapter is a wonderful confluence of experience. We have an exuberance of youth, as well as we have some very senior professionals from the industry who are already very strong professionals in the area of PMO Global Institute itself. So I'd request to go to to introduce our first member. Yes, Mrs. Shuhina Bajpai. She's one of the most youngest members in the group, and one of the first member reaching out to Shukriya to form this chapter. Right, Shukriya, that you will agree to that point. So Shuhina is from Gurgaon, and Shuhina, are you present in the call? So you will have some time to speak about yourself. She's from Optum, which is United Healthcare Group's IT services company, and she's having around 10 years experience as a senior project manager. So I would not tell much about you, Shuhina. If you're there, please tell about you and why you're motivated to start the journey of this PMOGI India chapter.
Thank you for the introduction, Chirubrata. Hi, everybody. So as Chirubrata already mentioned, I am currently a senior project manager with Optum, which is a part of the United Health Group. I have really keen interest in project and program management. I really enjoy the work that I do, and associating with this community is a wonderful opportunity to give back to the community, to share our knowledge, share our learnings with each other, and have a repository of resources to share and to have a best practices repository as well. And I look forward to connecting with all of you and being a part of this community.
Thanks, Shuhina. Shuhina is a postgraduate from IIFT Delhi. So now over to our next leader. We can go to our next leader. He's also based out of Delhi. So the way we are starting is we would like to show our presence starting from NCR. That's where we have started our journey. Okay, so we have Pratyush Akhaura. Pratyush, if you can introduce yourself. Hi, Pratyush. Pratyush is working with RMSI as AGM, Assistant General Manager, and he's also managing PMO and having 20 plus years of experience. And he is a veteran player in the area of PMO processes, PMO governance, and setting up of PMO in many PSUs and Fortune 100 companies. He's a postgraduate in management from IMM. So, Pratyush, if you're there, just say about you and your motivation to join this board and join in the journey from the day one itself. in case Pratush is not there. Pratush, are you
Chirabrata,
there?
Chirabrata,
Yes.
Pratyush is in the hospital, so he might not be able to.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, sorry, I'm so sorry about that. Okay, okay. So if he has messaged me, I just missed it. So we can go to the next board member. It's Sudhir. Sudhir, you are there in the call. Sudhir and myself, we are also interacting a lot, like Prashant, myself, and we all. So Sudhir is based out of Bengaluru, and he is associated with Wipro Limited as a program manager, and he's having around 24 years of experience. So Sudhir, over to you. And he's also a certified independent director. As you have mentioned, Nuvara ma'am, that you focus on ESG. Sudhir is also an ESG professional and taking a great interest in people leadership and CSR. Over to you, Sudhir.
Hey everyone, welcome to this wonderful event where we are officially launching our PMOGI India chapter. Thank you everyone for joining. It's a great pleasure to be amongst you all. So myself, I'm just based out of Bangalore. I have worked about 24 years in India and abroad as well, mainly in the project and program management field. And having undergone a lot of different situations and scenarios where having a proper PMO and having a proper process center has helped us in all the project development activities. This PMOGI has been a good platform for me to really give back to the community, share my experiences, share my knowledge, and help the PMO global community to develop as well. Because having seen the value, I feel this will be a good opportunity for me to also try to develop and promote PMO in a suitable way for the industry. It's a great honor for me to be working among all the stalwarts of the industry, and definitely I will do my best to bring up PMOGI India chapter. And thank you very much, Sukriya, Ms. Nara, Mr. Abdullah, and everybody who have really contributed to making this chapter inauguration possible. And thank you. Over back to you, Chiro.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Sudhir. Thanks a lot, Sudhir. Great. It was a wonderful introduction of you. Can we go to the next person, Prashant? If you can just introduce yourself. Prashant is also from Bengaluru. So if you have noted that we are having presence of 2 members from each of these locations so that we can build up a good presence in these 2 locations predominantly, where if you see Bengaluru as an IT capital of the India and NCR, obviously the growth is there, and slowly we'll have growth in other cities. So we can build a very strong presence in India. So over to you, Prashant.
Yeah, thanks, Chirabrata, and thanks, Ms. Novara, Emmanuel, and everyone from the PMOGI global community. It's an honor to be here and be part of this global institute that is driving with the purpose of enhancing the value delivery of the PMO as a profession. I'm looking for, as Sohina said, it is more of learning, caring, and sharing, right? As I said, even in the first call that we all had when we started this journey about a couple of months ago. So I'm here to ensure that, I give back to the community on whatever learnings that I have had over the past 20 odd years, and learn from that, learn from the community in terms of their experiences. It's sort of, knowledge crowdsourcing is what I'm looking at. Very happy to be here, and thanks for all the support that you have given and you will continue to provide. This is a journey that we just started. Very excited to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Prashant. It's great to see that you're working with Agile Transformation Program.
Thank you, Ms. Nora.
Thanks, Prashant. I really love your point that you have mentioned. It's crowdsourcing, isn't it? That's what we are looking at. Knowledge sourcing as a together. So I'd rather call this as a knowledge aggregator, so we can get into a mode of knowledge aggregation. Thanks, Prashant. We can go to our next person. Yes, and I think our knowledge tank, our think tank for this entire group, and it is Mr. Nitin Gokhale. He's based out of Pune, and he's an industry veteran. Nitinji, it's your chance to tell about you, and if you can just explain what you do.
Sure, sure. Thank you, Chiro, and thank you, PMOGI, and thank you, Sukriya, thank you, Novara, thank you, Abdullah sir, for giving me an opportunity to be a part of this, great team. And yes, as you can see, I'm an authorized training partner of PMOGI. I am also certified in CAPMO, CBPMO. So, which Novara, when she presented, you must have seen these certifications. My only certification pending is the Agile PMOC, which I intend to do maybe this year or in the next maybe 9 months or so. Well, what motivated me was Chiro's, first, I mean, he mentioned that we all must mention what motivated me. So I remember when I used to work, my career spans 40 plus years, okay? And I remember when I used to work, I used to see PMO professionals running around and a lot of project management problems and issues the PMO were not able to manage, and the mindset of the PMO was not very clearly defined. There was no objective set. So that is something that always was at the back of my mind, and I was looking out for an opportunity to give back to the PMO community in some way or the other. But it took me so many years, but then it is fine. Even if I have, past 60 now, I still enjoy, working. So how to give back? The question is how to give back. So the best thing is to be a part of some institute. And that's when I received an email from PMOGI, and I said, this is an opportunity, let's grab it. So I grabbed the opportunity and I got into this mode of, getting to know more about the PMOs across the globe. So through the guide, PMOGI guide book of, which is used for setting up the PMOs and a lot of other things are mentioned in that. So I like that. And let me tell you guys, this what you call, this framework is a very, very simple framework. Anybody can pick it up. I mean, anybody can implement it easily. So it is nothing a big task. I mean, this very well written, very well compiled framework. So that's my, experience so far with PMOGI. So, that's about it. I mean, I would, no, I don't want to take more time. Yeah, so this is what motivated me to give back to the community, and that's how I am now connected. And PMOGI also gave an opportunity to be a board member also for certifications and memberships, which will definitely, I will try to do my best to cater to all the requirements of all the PMO professionals in the across the globe. So thank you, and back to you, Chiro.
Thanks a lot, Nitinji. And without spending much word, this is me, and I'll be with all of you. And I think a couple of you know me in this particular group, and for those who don't know me, I am Chirobrata Majumdar. I'm having around 26 years of experience in the IT industry, predominantly in IT services business, having worked in companies like IBM, Cognizant, and Ericsson, to name a few. And of late, I was working with LTI Mindtree. And very recently, in June 30th, I decided, okay, let me try out my path in a different way altogether. And I joined academics. And I'm working with one of the private engineering college in the East, which is one of the oldest private engineering college, which is IEM Kolkata. And I'm working with them in the Department of Management as professor of practice. So I will be also playing some major role in developing or developing the students
So I asked one
towards
of my
this.
professors.
Okay, so towards this PMO activity, and if they can build up a career in PMO, obviously we do see a lot of requirement of PMO career in this. And I'm a postgraduate in management from ISWBM Kolkata, and I did an executive program in strategic management from IIM Calcutta. That's all about me. I would quickly move into today's event or today's part that we would like to discuss more. We have two industry leaders here with us today. We have Mr. Kedarinath Kamalnathan, who is country head of Malomatia, and he's a seasoned leader holding MCA from the University of Madras, and he is having leadership certifications from University of Wharton and IIM Calcutta. So it is all about him, and he's currently working as country head of Malomatia, where he had worked earlier also in their office in it's probably in which country? Okay, so and he has worked with company. Okay, in Qatar, right? So and you have worked at Microsoft's global delivery unit as well, with Capgemini as well. So this is all about Mr. Kedarinath, and I would also introduce our next speaker, who is Debjit Mukherjee. And we had a good relation of working together in Ericsson. He is a consultant by heart, and he has a passion for innovation, and he has worked in many areas of work in Ericsson, where we have worked in the field of AR, VR, digital twins, mobility solutions, in connected cars. His major role is now as leading the chapter AI ML in Ericsson globally. So this is Devjit. And now we'll get into our mode of discussion. We are going to take this particular session as a fireside chat, and I'd request both the leaders to get prepared and present their thoughts in the line of how the career of PMO is shaping up in India and globe, and how professionals of India can make a presence out there. So I'm requesting Mr. Kedarinath to initiate the discussions for initial maybe 10 minutes, and then I'll move to Devjit.
Mr. Chirvata, we are actually having a tough time seeing you still. Yeah, now it's fine again.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Thank you so
much. Is it better now?
Yes,
were I audible?
Absolutely.
Yes. So can we have Mr. Kedarinath? I spoke a lot about you, but if you can just briefly introduce you also before speaking, that would be great.
Thank you very much, first of all, for having me here to the PMOGI panel. Am I audible to everybody? And I've switched on my camera. Just
you are highly audible, but and in a different note altogether, Mr. Kedarinath, I was unable to recognize you when I saw you in the camera. Okay, please go ahead.
Sure, thank you so much. Thanks, Professor Chirobrata. That's how we need to call you now, given that you've started on your academic career. That said, appreciate this overall initiative that's going on to bring up the chapter here in India. PMOGI. I personally have been part of PMI for a long time. I was part of the PMI's advisory board here in India. I was reporting into the CEO of PMI Institute. It's very, very heartwarming to see there is a separate initiative on PMO happening here. So this is a great initiative. I would look forward to see the growth here. I wish good luck to all of you who are part of the India chapter and for PMOGI in general.
It's an honor to have you, Mr. Kedarinath. It's an honor to have you here.
Thank you very much, Ms. Nuwara. There was a quick introduction given by Chirobrata about me. I have about 26 years of experience. I saw a typo there, but just to clarify, 25 years gone into the 26th one right now, been there, done that kind of a thing, but not as much as the other gentleman who spoke from Pune. I have been in the US for quite some time, working for large financial institutions where I have seen how project management is key in delivering some of the mission critical activities, how program management and program management office plays a extremely pivotal role. Post that, I have come to India. I was part of Microsoft setting up their global delivery center here in India, and then did various things for Microsoft. And post that, I moved on to Capgemini, setting up their practices. And as part of my time at Microsoft, I was also leading the PMO of global delivery. That was one of the things that I can cherish about my career, is that, you know, I was running a PMO which made impact to a lot of my customers across the globe. That was a very interesting time I had. Now, coming back right now, I'm more into the business side of things, more into the board governance and matters like that. So it's a different life right now, which I'm on with Malamatia. But my career all along has been going through many stages of program management office, and it has helped me pretty much along the way. So I'm here to share about my experiences, and also how the various structures of PMO and the career options that we can get, and specifically in India, working from a GCC, working from an offshore location, how we can make those bring those value to our organizations and to our customers. So if that is helpful to you, we can have more Q&A as we go forward. Chirabrata, over to you.
It was nice talking. It was a nice introduction from your side. And I think we will take some more questions from you. I'd rather ask Debjit to speak few words about all your journey, and then we'll take up the questions.
Thank you so much, Chirabrata. And first of all, I would like to thank PMOGI, Chirabrata, yourself, and the entire board for calling me here, inviting me to share this wonderful inauguration, which is much needed. And what I believe is PMO is one of the most critical areas. I'll come to that, but you have already put my introduction in the industry for around in my 20th year. I'll not take much of time because I was told that it's 1 hour. But in LinkedIn, you can go and see whatever I could do. But believe my best is yet to come. So nothing to brag about my achievements so far, because the best is yet to come. But coming to PMO, and with reference to Ms. Novara, what you said wonderfully, I believe that the PMO global market is experiencing a robust growth, growing at a compounded annual growth rate of roughly 10-11 handsome percentage, largely driven by the need for businesses to handle more complex projects, adapt to changing market conditions, and use technology to optimize processes, reflecting the rising demands for project management expertise across various sectors, as I have seen in IT, healthcare, construction, and most importantly, in field of manufacturing, which is having its next revolution coming in. But as far as PMO is concerned, it is really a matter of how the organization is structured, how big the organization is, and how effectively the organization is willing to structure its standardization and best practices. There are a lot of areas where PMO, which we do not get that availability or visibility. There are a lot of areas where PMO can create a lot of impact. But Chirabrata, if you let me know you want me to summarize that, then I can do that in next 1 minute. Is that okay from a time perspective?
Please go ahead with that, because 1 minute you can take 2 minutes. We have 5 minutes left with us, so we can go ahead. Please go ahead. Yeah,
sure. So beyond the traditional PMO, as to there is a robust career growth in PMO, starting from PMO director to the PMO coordinator as well, and going to risk managers and everyone to PMO analysts, providing the financials and market analysis. But why PMO and why there is a robust career growth as well? There are few points. One is the standardization and best practices with methodologies, tools, and practices across organization, which is a very, very important and primary part as to why there should be a very robust PMO and why it should be growing. It also aligns with the company's strategic goals by helping to prioritize projects that deliver the most value to the businesses. That itself is a very critical thing, and it controls the bottom line as well as the top line of the company. Effective resource management that ensures the personnel, budget, and other resources are utilized efficiently across projects globally, and thereby maximizing the return of investments and bringing in the cost efficiency, which in turn will hit the bottom line of the company as well. And as always, tracking and monitoring the performance of the projects, creating knowledge repositories for best practices. I still do bring in the best practice of the projects that have been done 5, 6, or 7 years back, and inculcating that into the similar project that we initiate today. All these are done because we have a very strong PMO in the company as well. And most likely, and last but not least, through its centralized approach, the PMO is better positioned today to identify, assess, and mitigate the risks that are there and that could affect multiple projects and thereby derail the company's objectives in a time-bound manner. And that's where PMO brings in and anchors a very important role. So these are the things that gives way to a lot of important career options, growth in PMO as a whole. And that is why I firmly believe that the growth of PMO is very well defined in the industry across geographies. I stop there. Thank you, Chirobrata.
I think Chirobrata.
And we do have some questions coming up. I would request Mr. Kedarinath for his inputs. I have this particular question to you, Mr. Kedarinath. Where are we seeing the importance of certifications in the PMO area? And before we get into that, I would request, can we take 5 to 7 more minutes, if time permits? Because we already started a bit late. And if time permits, and if your schedule permits, if I can get that time from all of you. If Mr. Kedarinath is there,
yes.
Because I, yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So your specific question is more about certifications and how does it help? Look, I would focus specifically for India, and this applies to other countries, but more so I will focus on the India part. The democratic dividend of India is about the young youth population that's coming out. And we have a lot of people who have wonderful degrees. They're all educated, they come out. But when they come into the industry, they need to get started on a particular area. Allow the associate program that was shown up, associate certification program that was shown up here. These certificates help jumpstart on specific functional areas or professional areas. To a large extent, generic degrees are one which helps you think and understand a few things in that particular subject. But certifications like these will make you a specialist in that area. So if you need to become a PMO specialist, if you need to grow up in the career of a PMO, it is extremely important you understand the body of knowledge, the functional areas in that, and specifically get deeper into areas like Agile, which is the most popular one used across multiple industries right now. It gives you the framework, it gives you the tools to start with. And once you have this understanding, you'll be able to better appreciate several things as you go and execute in real life mode. So therefore, for people who are coming in new to the industry, the associate certificate program will definitely help. For those who are already in the industry, are trying to transition into a PMO, the certifications that you mentioned, both the Agile one and the other one, both of them, they are key because it will give you the same thing, more of framework and ground you into what you're trying to do. So these certifications come as key. And in my personal life took, the career took a very big turn when I got my certification. Those days, it was the PMP certification that was very much useful. Way back in 2002-03, I got that certification. And then on, there was no looking back. I was into project management, managing larger projects, taking it single-handedly, And it went on to grow from there without any looking back. When I was with Microsoft, I was a person of importance because I was a go-to person on the project management areas in terms of implementations, etc. Why did it happen? Because of the strength, because of the framework the certification gave me. So I would emphasize to anybody who's listening this this fireside chat, definitely certifications are some things you would need to consider. It might look costly, it might look a bit expensive from Indian scenarios, but it is absolutely worth it, and it will return you in thousands back.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Kedarinath. And I think I'll share my views as well. Just to add a point, because way back in 2009, when I was into a PMO transformation activity at UK, and I was not certified. So I saw that there was a need of getting myself certified in Prince 2, because in UK at that point of time, if you're working any PMO activity, you need to have the certification. So obviously PMOGI is going to play a major role. That's what we can get from your inputs. Yes. So a question for Debjit now. Debjit, if you can just share your views, how multinationals like Ericsson and others are utilizing PMO professionals, and how far we have seen the importance of this type of professionals, trained professionals. Is there any structured program for them, or we want to get them trained through some sort of certifications? Again, a question related to certifications.
100%. Again, as I said, Chirobroto, the PMO structure really depends on the size of the organization, the demographic presence of the organization, and what kind of objective that the organization is moving towards. If I say with reference to my organization, we have a very, very robust PMO, and which brings in the project management office and the related project management, program management, and portfolio management, governance, the methodologies, the structure, the parity that it needs to bring. And not only that, it creates, it works as an interface between all the projects that are running in, and ensure that alignment is there towards the strategic objective of the company towards multiple stakeholders, internal and external. Since PMO is doing this kind of governance, and you are flipping here and there. So yeah, since PMO is really concentrated and focused to bring in the parity and ensure that the risks
Hey, Matthew, hi. Good morning.
Thanks, Prashant. So since PMO is more focused in bringing in the parity and ensure that the risks are mitigated with best practices well in advance, we have robust training programs, internal as well as externals. And we really want the people who are coming from PMO to train our people. And also we send our people to PMO with all the required trainings and certifications that are needed, along with hands-on work. So that is where the training programs and certifications that you have in PMOGI really adds, it's going to add a lot of value going forward. Thank you, Chirobroto.
Thanks a lot. And I'd love to, I would take a question from Bhuvna. Bhuvna has mentioned, are we considering PMO as an overhead in many of the organizations? So how far these certifications are going to help us?
In the PMO structure altogether.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
As you see, the PMO, the roles in PMO starts from being a PMO director that leads and oversees the entire PMO. Then we have separate roles like a portfolio manager looking into a portfolio of projects, boiling down to program level with a similar projects, and then project managers, risk managers, change managers, product coordinators, business analysts, communication specialists. So all these roles can be brought in from PMO so that we have one good point from where we bring in people with one standardized approach and practice towards managing and handling different kinds of projects and working in a cross-cultural as well as cross-geographical place. And that is where all these certifications which PMO can take up and train their people and bring in these roles into real life projects will actually add a lot of value, if I could answer your question.
Yes, it was a wonderful insight from your side, Devjit. And my final question, last question to Mr. Kedarinath, how do you see PMO as a curriculum in universities?
This is an excellent question. Thank you so much. And I, in fact, wanted to touch upon this point. One of the things that's pretty common as we see in universities is to make the students ready for the industry, whether it is, it's not about specific industry. Across any industries, we need it. So anybody who's going through an engineering course or a science degree or a commerce degree or economics degree, it is important to understand how to implement certain things when they get back into the into the industry. Therefore, universities, by and large in India, are now trying to bring those kind of subjects into curriculum. It may be in the core curriculum, or it may be in the elective subjects. But I have seen universities having these kind of aspects brought into their core curriculum. For example, project management is an extremely important subject that's dealt with in university that I come from, where I studied. Back in the days, it was not there, but now they have brought it into the curriculum. So there is a lot of initiative going on from the academic bodies, academic boards of universities to make people ready for the industry. Therefore, they are considering very heavily on the project management, program management areas, and also making their students use those techniques, use those framework when they are doing their final year projects. This I have practically seen. So it is extremely important that we also consider that when it goes to the university program, it should be a semester-long program, and the depth given there is being done without proper understanding of the industry. So that is very important. There is a gap there. Anybody trying to do a certification, they may have some level of understanding of the industry, but those in the university may not have that. Especially in India, people do not have work experience before getting into certain higher education. Therefore, it is important to build a curriculum that will bridge that gap, provide that the gap to fix that area. And 1 semester long on this program can be sometimes considered very strenuous, but if we structure it right, it will be very helpful. So university program on this, very important. I've also seen universities separately giving project management as a track in their master's degree. For example, when they are doing MTech or when they are doing a MBA, there is a separate track for project management, program management, which happens. So these are all good things which are happening in the academic side, which will help the industry in turn. And as our dear friend said, if all of this is done in a structured manner, the industry will start reaping in the benefit as we go forward, along with these trained professionals who will come into the industry.
Thank you very much.
Excellent input, sir.
And
I think
fantastic.
Yes,
really fantastic. Yes.
And I think it's high time we should call it a day for today. And it is not just a day for today, but it is just the beginning that we are on. I request Shukriya if you can just give a vote of thanks to all who were present on behalf of all of us. And it is all because of you we are now tied in this particular journey, and we will be on into this journey.
Chiro, sorry to interrupt. Chiro, there
yes,
was one, this Sujata Pramod, she has put some message there.
Yeah, I'll just, can we?
How do we answer that quickly?
Can you please come with the question once, because I'm just not able to find it.
Sujata has asked, like, although certification holds significance, I do observe a huge challenge in comprehending the conceptual aspects of project management processes, approaches, and quality of deliverables among professionals. What are your thoughts? I would request
who can take this up question?
Nehru, would you mind, Chief? Are you there? Nehru, Chief, would you mind answering to this question? Chief, are you there? Nehru Chief, are you there? Okay, I'm not sure though. Mr. Kedarinath, if you would like to answer to this question, since it is related to project management. If I've understood correctly, what she's trying to say is that although there are certifications which are related to project management, but there is still a huge gap in terms of the understanding when it comes to the conceptual aspects of project management processes, approaches, and the value proposition, the quality itself. So if you could shed some light on that.
I think Ms. Sujata Pramod deserves an appreciation today because this is a very important question, not only which this will help those who are talking about the certifications or the professionals who are in the industry, but also some learning which the institute can take to bring it into practice. Okay. First thing is, when we are going through any of these certification, it is extremely important that we need to understand we are not just trying to pass another examination. This is a very key thing in these kind of certification. Okay. My experience, I have seen people who would want to take a certification just because there is going to be a career progression because they achieved a certification. That's not going to help them. It may help them momentarily getting that promotion they want or a salary hike they want, but it's not going to help them in their life. If you need to put anything in action, you need to absolutely be bringing it into your blood and nerve. And that's when it's going to really help you. Now, many of those who have got these kind of certifications, they have the title, they come into the industry, they get into the role, and then you see a trouble. Why? Because they've just passed the exam. They have not internalized it. That internalization is extremely important in these kind of certifications, whether you talk about PMO, PMI, PMP, whichever kind of certification you talk about, it's critical to internalize it because project management is a profession. Project management is not a job role. It is a profession, like how a doctor is, like how a lawyer is. It is a profession. That's why the certification back in PMI is called a PMP, Project Management Professional. Therefore, these professional certifications require you to internalize and then put them into use and constantly keep upgrading yourself. That's important. Now you'll draw a parallel to how lawyers work, how doctors work, etc. If people are not doing that, if people are just writing an exam, getting a title, and then moving on without internalizing it, the problems that you're seeing here will come. Now, let me flip the story to before certification. People get into this kind of scenario. They just pass the exam. Why do they just get into this kind of a situation? First thing is, let's understand these are all very monotonous areas of study. If you're going to talk about the body of knowledge or the framework and things like that, very monotonous. Unless you are directly, passionately involved in project management or program management, this will look very theoretical and dry. Therefore, when somebody is teaching this, when somebody is mentoring, an absolute good storytelling is required to connect all of these things and make it interesting. That's when that internalization will also happen. And this is one suggestion I would leave it to the institute to have, for the chapter to have. Whenever you're having a training program, whenever you are trying to impress new people in the certification area, I would strongly suggest have a good storytelling happening there that will explain the concepts well to the audience, and they'll be able to pick it up. So these are the pointers I would give. Internalize, keep yourself updating, and on the other side to the institute, it's extremely important to do proper storytelling. Thank you.
Well said, sir. Well said.
Thank you so much. Just to add, see, irrespective of, like Mr. Kedarinath has just mentioned, irrespective of what the certification is, it's not only about passing the exam or getting this tag beside your name. I think it's more of like understanding the structure and making a true contribution to the organization and to the community that you belong to. So that is, and taking it as a noble profession, and trying to create an impact, not only to your community, but also to the entire economy as a whole. Because we all know the kind of impact an organization, and you being a part of the organization, can create if you do the things right. Not, doing the right things, but rather doing the things right. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much once again, Mr. Kedarinath, for your answer. And Shukriya, I think it's quite late. Chiro, are you there? Mr. Chiro
Yeah,
Brother?
I'm very much there. I'm very much there. So I think we can just first of all a big thanks to all of you. And we are already past 16 minutes and we have shooted up and everyone is there. That means we are it was a really and very intense session for all of us. So
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. And
And
thank
I
you
would
so
like
much.
to
Yes, please.
I would
Yes,
like to
sorry.
specially thank all the board members and the speakers who have, made their gracious presence in today's session. Thanks to all of you for your contribution to make this happen. And without your support and contribution, PMOGI would never have been able to do it. With this note, I would like to request Shukriya to, to conclude today's session.
Absolutely.
I think Sushant wanted to say something.
Sushant Sinha, yeah, Sushant Sinha, there is a raise of hand. Sushant, if you can just uh, introduce yourself and just yeah, your point, please. Hi, Sushant. You want to make any point?
Sushant,
Okay,
was it a clap? I think it was a clap. Rather, it becomes a hands raised, maybe. Okay. So, Mohammed Shahjahan and Mr. Sushant, do you have any question? Any query do you have? You want to put it on?
Hi, everyone.
Hello, Mr.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. I'm based out of Kolkata. Anything required from my side, kindly approach me.
Excellent. And that's what we are going to do based on whatever location you are in. We will obviously reach out to you. We want to build a community and our journey towards building a wonderful India chapter.
Actually, I was there with the PMI Singapore chapter for almost 9-10 years. So I came back in 2019.
That's wonderful to know, Mr. Shahjahan. And as our president, Mr. Chirabata, has already mentioned, that followed by this inauguration event, now it's all about growing and learning from each other, sharing knowledges with each other. So you are all welcome, and definitely you will be reached out by our team. And on that note, as it's 19 minutes over time, we are actually taking 19 more minutes. But I believe the kind of input that our guest has actually put on, that was so amazing and so overwhelming that we all were totally stick to it. So thank you so much once more to our board of directors. And thank you so much to our guest for making it happen and making this session an amazing one. And most importantly, I would like to, just add one more line that thanking our CEO, Mr. Abdullah, for his amazing support and the kind of leadership he has actually given us to take this, PMO community forward, and the kind of vision and dedication he has on this. So as he's not here with us, definitely will be here with us in our following events. And on that note, thanking everyone from who has joined, who couldn't join, but still tried and joined for a few minutes. Still they joined because they actually want to be part of this amazing start. So thank you so much, everyone. And we will come back again with our team. Our PMO chapter leadership team will come back very soon with another amazing session and maybe something more. So yeah, so stay tuned for that. And on that note, I would like to conclude today's event and thanking you all once more. And yeah, so that's all. And see you all soon. Yes.
Let the journey begin.
Thank you, everybody.
Let the journey begin.
So
yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, guests.
Thanks a lot.
Have a great weekend.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
Yeah.
Guys.
Have a
Bye.
great weekend. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.